Watcher, Martyn from Resin here. Yesterday I was expecting to put the bridge on, stick the neck on, maybe chuck some strings on, start to get a feel for the instrument. But I had a bright idea. I looked at the body and thought the pickups are in, the electronics are in. Let's plug it into the amp and just make sure that everything's connected properly. So I did that. And I plugged it into the amp and it was dead as disco. I turned the volume up, turned the volume down, nothing at all. Tapped the pickups, nothing. Tone control, nothing at all. The thing was dead. So that meant that I had to open up the control cavity, get out the multimeter and inspect every solder joint and do continuity testing across the whole circuit. I started at the pickups to the 5-way switch, was all good. 5-way switch to the volume pot, that was all good. The tone was good. Everything looked good, but the circuit was going to ground somewhere. I couldn't work it out. And after 2 hours of scratching my head and probing it everywhere with a multimeter, it dawned on me. I had a look at the wiring on the jack plug, and the manufacturer, I shit you not, had put the hot wire on the sleeve and the ground or earth wire on the tip. Now in a jack plug you normally put the hot wire on the tip, so it's the other way round. So the entire circuit was going to earth at the jack plug. Brilliant. In doing this and in taking the controls out, one of the solder joints from the 5-way switch to the volume pot also failed. So for a solution that was meant to be solder free, quick and easy, has turned out to be a complete ball ache. So now here we are with the whole mess back on the workshop board, and today I've got to get the soldering iron out. So anyway, let's give that a go, shall we? Come on. So here we are, back in the pieces again. These are all the wires for the pickup. You can see these are connected here. This is the 5-way switch block. This is not a loose lead. That's going to be connected to earth at the tremolo claw when we put the bridge in. But this little wire, this should be connected to this at this solder joint just here. Unfortunately, it's come off. So my next job is some soldering. Right, I've tinned the tip of my hot iron, so just need to apply a little bit of flux to the joint. There we go. Now I'm going to heat the existing solder joint to a temperature where it becomes liquid so that I can reapply the wire back into the old joint. Okay, just leave that for a couple of seconds. Now to top that with a drop of solder. And there we go, a restored solder joint, and not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it's going to be what we need, so I'm happy with that. To say that this is a frustrating process is one thing, but here's a good example of why. On this lug here, this little black wire here, his solder joint, which should have been to there, decided to fail when I was repairing the yellow wire. So now I've got another soldering joint to do. Deep joy. There we go. There's our second solder joint. And that one looks a bit better, doesn't it? Hopefully nothing else comes off now. I do have my reasons for not liking soldering, and here's a good example why. Here's just some of the failed solder joints that I managed to achieve whilst working on the internal cavity. Yes, I know, I did use flux. Yes, I did pre-tin the tip. Yes, I did heat the part and not the solder. Sometimes it's just how it goes. And with these big hands, I just don't enjoy it. Anyway, 3 joints have been sorted. I've taken it inside, plugged it into the amp, and snap, crackle and pop. It sounds like things are alive. So it's time to put it back together again and get this project back on the road. This is a floating tremolo, mainly because it goes through the body and is supported in the cavity here. So we need to install that, firstly by putting in these posts, making sure we get them the right way up so that the screw holes, the thread of the screws is facing upwards there. We need to bash those in. They're going to be the support for the tremolo posts, which we'll be putting into these in a minute. So let's get these into the body. I'm using a rubber mallet here because I don't trust myself with anything else. There we go, making sure I've got the thread facing up. Okay, so I used the block of wood held over the top just to make sure that I could get them down flush with the wood here, which I have done. So now I can install the posts that will hold this bridge into place. They screw down into the nuts that we've just hammered into the body. Leave them quite loose for now. Now in a fixed bridge guitar, it normally gets attached firmly to the body because the bridge doesn't move around. But because this particular bridge has a tremolo arm on it, it means the bridge needs the ability to be able to move up and down. So it does it by pivoting on these posts, which is why we've installed them today. Our next step fitting the bridge is to flip the guitar over and then to fit the tremolo claw. The tremolo claw is the thing that holds the springs, and the springs attach to the body here and they keep it tense. Now I've got some pre-drilled holes here, he says, as he lets the bridge drop out again. I have some pre-drilled holes, which means that I can fix in my tremolo claw. I don't want to screw these in too far because I've not set any tension on the springs, and you'll see where those springs then go. But for now, the other thing I need to do is this is the earth wire that comes out of the control cavity that we placed through when we were fitting that. And I have an earth fitting here on the tremolo claw. So it's simply a question of attaching those two together and making sure now that everything's earthed off nicely, which it is. Right, not too far. Let's get the other bad boy going. There we go. That's seated nicely. There. Just enough to hold the claw in place for now. Now our tremolo has 3 springs, and the spring has 2 ends to it. This end with a pointy end, and at the bottom of the bridge here there are holes which you can choose to put your spring in, and then of course you have a circular hole here, and that hole goes over the tremolo claw, and then with the help of some pliers we can pull this claw and place it in the hole there. There we go. And that's our first spring fitted. Now obviously I've not tightened this claw yet because the screws are still loose, but as I tighten it the bridge starts getting tense because the spring starts to expand, pulls against the bridge, and that's why it's called a floating tremolo. Okay, let's get these others on. There we have it. The bridge is installed. So now we can add our final plate at the back. Move on to the front again. Time to fit our tremolo arm, which goes in here. And then gets screwed down like so. There we go. You can see our bridge is moving and flexing quite nicely. And so the final act in a long build before we put strings on this and set this up as an instrument is to finally put the neck onto the body. And I'm just hoping and praying that we haven't got too much finish on here and it's going to block it up. There's a neck pocket. And that fits like a glove perfectly in place. It needs a little bit of a tap. There we go. Let's get it nicely into place. Now apply some screws. Our next screws are on. There we have it. I've made a thing. So there we are. The tools are away. The polish is away. Well, it does need a polish, to be honest, and some strings, and it needs to be set up, and all of that's going to come in the next episode. But for now, there's the finished product. See you next time.